Hi. So I felt led to do an ascension reading for like people who are working on their higher consciousness, I guess, or like trying to connect with their higher selves, get messages from um let's see what we got here. We have some synchronicities, instincts, uh I feel like somebody's been seeing these synchronicities and it doesn't feel like a discovery because, like, your instincts have already been telling you, you know, and you weren't listening. So now you have all these synchronicities that are like syncing up, and it's just like undeniable. Oh, all right. So this is also someone who really needs to cleanse their energy because there's something that's going to be, you know what? I feel like there's something going on in the background of your life, and it's going to be illuminated because you really need to be able to cleanse this away. Maybe that's like what's making, like, I feel like that's not going to be discovery either. Maybe it's because like you don't want to believe or talk about what's going on. So you're like, well, I'll just wash my hands of this whole thing. But I guess this stage of your ascension is going to require you to see this. And as I'm saying this, it's like, it's kind of reminding me of something. Oh, yeah. You've become ungrounded, and this ungrounding is causing you to not stick to your path. See, in your instinct, there is a natural rhythm, and you need to tune in to your own personal natural rhythm, because your path is a path that comes out of that natural rhythm. So you're being encouraged to make a wish. Like, look into your heart and think, what is the thing that you desire the most? If you can't identify what it is that you feel passionate about and what you desire, then how are you ever going to get on your path? Because being on our path is something that utilizes the things that we are passionate about. Like, there is no accident about what you feel passionate about in your life. The things you feel passionate about are tied to your heart space. They are tied to who you are as a person. And not only is it tied to your heart space, but right below your heart space is that sorry. I'm like spacing out on the name of that chakra, but there is like, it's like your yellow chakra that's in your gut, right? And that's like where we get our creativity from. And um you know, there's a reason that it goes from your gut to your heart, you know, because it, like, you know. And it's also interesting, like, if you ever look at these charts for like vibrations and like where vibrations fall on the spectrum of energy, you ever notice that like all the bad stuff is like in the groundedness, you know? So like we always hear about, like, cards will come out in readings to talk about how we need to ground our energy and how we need to balance it out, you know? And like, I don't know why, but I feel like led to speak on this for a minute, you know, because everybody likes to act like having all these feelings, like negative feelings, is bad, you know, because they'll talk about like it's like being in your ego or being in your, yeah, because we need to feel. You know what? This is a special card in this deck. This is one of the few cards that's completely red like this. And it's all feelings. You almost can't even see the tree. You kind of have to just feel it. And, you know, um, not that, you know, all of our feelings serve us. So sometimes people will just disregard uncomfortable feelings and say that they're negative and bad because they don't feel good, you know? Like, obviously, if you stay in those emotions, then yeah, okay, it can get toxic. You know, you're not meant to stay there. But when we have those, that's part of being human. Like, being a human being is we have these feelings, you know? And those feelings come out of our heart space. So we need, you know, it's natural and good. And you know, we have to sit with it in order to release it. And, you know, I just want to encourage people, you know what? Value your feelings, value your heart space, you know? Um, you know, sometimes it can get out of hand and out of balance to where you're only feeling and not really resonating with other parts of you. So, you know, you do need to resonate with everything, but don't disregard all your feelings either. Because, like, for example, anger. Sometimes our anger is telling us something. It's letting us know um, when something is not serving us, when it's not to our best good. Because the places that we should be at should be places that make us feel appreciated or make us feel like we're contributing to something. But if you're someplace where you don't just feel unappreciated, but you feel like people are actively hurting you, then that's not the place for you and you need to let it go and walk away from it. And how would you know that if you didn't have your feelings that make you feel a kind of way to inform you that that's that choice you need to make, even if it's hard, right? So I just want to encourage people, you know, or people will also like attempt to shame other people for feeling jealous, you know. Look, it's not wrong to have feelings. It's how we act and handle those feelings is what's going to make something of us, you know. And how can you prove what you're made of if you never experienced them? Because if you're not experiencing emotions, then really all you've done, you haven't balanced you haven't balanced your energy. You've just numbed your own feelings. Like, if your energy is truly balanced, you shouldn't need to numb your feelings because your feelings are not going to, you don't need to escape from them or disconnect from them. We need to lean into it and integrate it because we need to merge and be one with our shadow. Like, people will say, come out of the shadow into the light. But true balance is not being only in your shadow or only in your light. True balance is having, there's measures of both, and they both serve us. And it's developing that discernment within you when it is appropriate time to be in one, how long you should be doing it, when you need to release it. These are all different things that we learn. And this is the role of discernment for you. So we also have bloom, you know. So I feel like you're in a place. See, oh, and what did I say? Remember, do you remember back here with the cleanse? And I said, it's going to be made clear to you. Here it is. It says, see the light and be the light. So it's like, I really feel like this is going to be made clear to you. Because you're clearly not, in your quest to be better and develop yourself, you're like, you're missing something. There's something here. There's just something here. You know what? It may be something what would seem insignificant to other people, but for some reason is being a roadblock to you. You know? Like, people will talk about things that are toxic or things that are sins, blah, blah, blahs. But at the end of the day, like, each of us, like, what's a roadblock to you might not be a roadblock to me. But what's a sin to me may not be nothing to you, And that's where, this is, again, the role of discernment. We have to be able to develop and realize and discern for us, how is this making us feel? How is this affecting our path? Because just because it doesn't affect somebody else's path doesn't mean it won't affect yours. Yeah. Guidance, but where will it lead you? Because right now you're going through this inner growth period. I also feel like Spirit is going to send you a guide who is somebody who is full of belief and faith and expectations, and they're going to help you find ways to cleanse your energy so you can discover what your path is for you. I feel like that whole chain of cards is like, that's what that means right there. Yes, because Spirit wants you to prosper and do well. You need to work on your follow through. Look at this bright light behind there. I love it. Ascension. Oh yeah. So right here, it's like this path, like, in order for you to get this ascension that you seek, in order for you to get this ascension, you have to be on your path. But you can't get on the path right now because you're lacking that belief and expectation. So you're having like a lack of the appropriate faith that's going to help you to do that. You may need to do some cleansing. And I still feel like this guide means that somebody's coming into your life to show you how to do that. Yeah. Conception, because I feel like this conception, follow through, inner growth, there's something you need to create and bring into the world. I don't know if it's a child or an idea, a story, a song, a book, but there is something that you have within you, and you need to create this. And I feel like that's where your path is leading you, but you keep resisting it because you don't believe. But you need this healing energy that's going to come in for you. This is what's going to help you get this cleansing that you need. If you're somebody who also follows after Christ, then we can just go to him and be like, Lord, I need you to cleanse my soul because I'm like, just lay it out there, and he will. And that you also need to be more present. You need to work on being mindful and being present. And you need to work on your self-care. Notice how the self-care tree kind of looks a little bit sort of like, I don't know, it was kind of reminding me of the follow-through. There's also that red like we saw in the feelings. Yeah, seeing on the bottom, I'm seeing breakthrough reverse. So you're really not getting this breakthrough. But I want to focus on this because you see how, like, normally this would be the tree, right? But if you flip it up and look at it upside down, this could be the ground. And what would have been tree branches is actually roots that are taking root in the soil. So I feel like above ground, you're not seeing the breakthrough, but what you're not seeing is this deep rooting that's going on, you know? And deep rooting is important because, you know, storms come into everybody's life, and the deeper you're rooted, the less likely you are to be blown away. Oh. That's interesting. This is the scarcity card. But it's in reverse, so it's not a scarcity problem. So you have a lot of abundance in your life. You have a lot of means and ways to be able to do this. So you can do this. You have everything it takes to do this. So, I'm going to give you an animal spirit card, and then I will give you 2 or 3 from the tarot. Holy Spirit. Can you guide me to give an animal for a fox? For a fox energy, who's like an earth energy, in the reverse. Some people memorize these. I like reading these. I like reading them from the book. I don't know. Whenever I read them for people, it just, something about it that just feels right. So, this fox talks about being smart, strong partner or mate, and a wise teacher. And when in balance, is a very magical, an ingenious teacher, and magnanimous. But when out of balance, is sneaky and unsure of their identity. And that's what I feel like this fox means, that right now you're being sneaky and unsure of your identity. To bring this into balance, you need to make a connection or build a partnership. Which, remember when we saw that guide, you need that guide. This guide person will be really important for you. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mistakes to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us to stay true to those most dear to us. And when this card appears, you need to reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. So whoever this message is for, you're being guided to reconnect with somebody that you love. And I was going to get the tarot because I feel like, let's figure out who this is for. Like, the person who this is for. Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit. Can Jeez, dude. That's a lot of reversals coming out here. None of these are like really giving a who. I wonder what that means. Well, what about... Is this a secret? They'll know? What about the person who's going to be their guide? I feel like this hangman energy that's definitely echoing this needing a sense of self. Jeez. Oh, Tower. Jeez, dude. I'm just like trying to flip for a who is this, and I'm like, there's like a tower and not enough sun energy. Maybe like somebody was like they lost their sun energy, and is that like losing the sun energy was a tower moment, and they were like, oh no. Like, whatever event that was caused somebody adjacent to them to be put into a Five of Pentacles, and they were like, oh. For some reason, that person near them being put into the Five of Pentacles because of their tower moment made them feel like, oh shit. Oh, okay, so we got a Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. This Page of Swords is somebody else in your life. I don't feel like this is the guide or teacher, but I feel like this person is tied to the tower. And this Page of Swords is usually a Page of Swords is somebody who's kind of like a spy or want to get information on you. But this person, because of being close to you and spying on you, is also, they feel like they're in a Three of Swords with you. So they feel like the person they care about cares more about you than about them. And they feel like by you showing up, dried up all their sun energy. And they blame you for being, and they blame you for them being in a Five of Pentacles. But, yes. And so, like, this is just showing as, so whoever, this is for somebody who's a young adult. And you may receive unexpected and positive news from an unexpected source. That was, remember, I told you it was going to be made clear to you. Somebody, whoever's coming in with this news may be the person who will be your guide. So that's all I have for you right now. If you listen this long, thank you for listening. I don't know, I was laying in my room and I felt like I should get up and do this. So thank you for listening. If you like the sound of my voice and like listening to hear me talk even, or the sound of my shuffling, consider subscribing so that you can come back and watch some more. I really appreciate everybody's support since I'm like really new to this, and my setup is like super basic and it's super plain. I haven't done anything fancy, like a lot of readers will do really fancy stuff and they have a whole bunch going on, and I don't know, I haven't felt it. I'm like I'm like I am like authentic to a fault. So like if Like, if I feel in a mood like I should do that, then I will do something. But if I'm not feeling that, then I'm not going to do that. And I don't know. I guess sometimes I'll just feel like I should come and do these messages. And so I just do it at the time. But I'm also going to, after this, record a message that has to do with, like, just some comments I wanted to say about something else. So it's been on my mind for a few days, and I guess I'm going to record it. And I don't know if I'm going to post the other. It's just a message. It's not even like a cards or thing. So thanks, and I hope you all are having uh, a great December. Happy holidays.